Hi guys, on popular demand I'm doing a bookstore vlog. This is Saeed Book Bank in Islamabad, which is, the place to be in Islamabad, depending on who you ask. And I have a few books in mind, but I'm going to try and control myself because my book expenditure has been off the charts. So we're in the classics section because I'm actually looking for Dr. Faustus. Look, they have Dante, and they have Dante the Inferno. So Saeed Book Bank has some 200,000 titles and like 5 million in their warehouse. So they should have a pretty good selection, I'm hoping. Let's see. Check these out. I've seen these on Instagram. I didn't know they were available in Pakistan, like the 7 novel volumes of Jane Austen. Interesting. I think they have like a computer system which you can use, but it's too far off. I'm too lazy to walk all the way. So let's see if they have Sherlock Holmes, The Great Gatsby. Who's seen my review of The Great Gatsby? They have all of Scott Fitzgerald's works. Anna Freud, who was a very famous child psychologist, and Lord of the Flies, which they used to make children read, but it's very violent, so I would not recommend it. Wind in the Willows. I don't like Khalil Gibran. I've read The Prophet by him, but he is not good. Call of the Wild. Check it out. Fancy. Is this a... Yeah, this is the volume. This is not a notebook. Lovely. White Fang. Who used to read D.H Lawrence's poetry? Which one's the poetry one? This is a novel. Let's see. They have all of Shakespeare's stuff. Henry James, Portrait of a Lady. Ernest Hemingway. I have most of these, so I'm not going to pick them up. But, oh look. I saw this one. This is not going to come out. But I saw this on Instagram the other day. A lot of young people are getting into reading these. And for reasons I don't understand. I'm going to give it a shot, but at some later point in time. Look, they have Jack Kerouac, who also wrote On the Road. Complete. Check out Franz Kafka, everyone. I have the trial at home. This is a nicer edition. I have the readings edition, which isn't as nice, but since I have it, I'm not gonna. And Metamorphoses. I did a review on Metamorphoses a long time ago. Again, they have a much nicer copy of it. So a lot of the editions that Saeed Book Bank carries, you're not really going to find in other bookstores. They have some spot of philosophy right there. So I'm not being able to find what I was looking for. Bit of Aristotle. Watch myself there. This is some random, I don't know what these are. I've never looked much this way. There are really some really beautiful editions of Dracula. I have a very cheap penguin one from a million years ago. But these are, check this one out. This is beautiful. This looks like it belongs from the time that Dracula actually was published. Like some 19th century stuff. Beautiful. We have some Prince and the Pauper. A really beautiful edition of Anna Karenina. I don't actually have the patience to sit through. I read War and Peace many years ago. I don't remember much of it. I don't know how he's pronounced. Rabindranath Tagore. He is one of the most well-known Indian authors. Or is he Bengali? I think he belongs from the time before partition, so I'm not quite sure. Sun Tzu, Art of War. They have a beautiful edition of this. I read this for my bachelor's degree. We had to read a bunch of like Art of War and The Prince by Niccolo Machiavelli and Murakami. I have 2 Murakami books, both of which I've not yet read yet, so I'm not going to pick those up. Oh, she was long-listed for the Booker Prize, or short-listed, this exact one, The Mirror in the Light. She also wrote that historical novel about Anne Boleyn and stuff that was later converted into a movie. Good selection of Agatha Christie novels. Or is it Agatha Christie? Whenever I'm sure. If you ask old people, they sort of call it Agatha for some reason. I'm looking for this book that I saw on a TED Talk. I think I saw a TED Talk of the author. It's called Utopia for Realists. So they seem to have this one, which is from the same author, Rutger Bregman. But I don't know if they have Utopia for Realists. So I might ask. But I've heard good things about this, although I've heard better things about Sapiens, which I reviewed recently. If you haven't seen, check it out. This is the book that I was looking for online, Reasons to Stay Alive, which was recommended to me by another bookstagrammer. And it's supposed to be good, but it seems kind of disappointing to look at, really thin and everything. I was expecting. But maybe it's one of those really short self-help ones. So I'm looking for Utopia for Realists. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's sold out. Check this out, Reclaiming Conversation, the Power of Talk in a Digital Age. First you figure out ways to make people talk, and then you figure out why those ways are not working. And you try to revert back to the old ways. And this depression one. No, I don't think they have that particular one. Some of the more feminist type stuff. I've read this. I have this at home, White Mughals by William Dalrymple, who is a very famous British historian who specializes in the history and politics of the subcontinent, particularly, you know, during the British reign, do you call it, colonial regime. Look, they have the Sellout. I reviewed the Sellout. I actually have this edition, which is also a very nice paperback. But I don't think I'm going to pick up Slumberland. Because his style is a bit too, I don't know, you get sort of sick of it after a while. This was reviewed by the booktuber Books is Better Than Food. He gave it a really good review. It seems a bit thick. Seems a bit as if you'd have to invest a lot. Read a bit of Chetan Bhagat when I was in university. He's like the Nicholas Sparks. These must be one of those YA fiction types that you keep seeing around BookTube. Bit of Maya Angelou. I have a better version of I Know Why the Cage Bird Sings. And this is a very, very famous book. Hybrid Tapestries by Muneeza Shamsie, who is the mother of Kamla Shamsie. And it's really thick. It's published by Oxford University Press. The development of Pakistani literature in English. It's very good for people that are looking to find out the evolution of the English novel in the context of Pakistan. So that one is a very good one for that. Everyone has heard of this book. I heard of this book in my MPhil class, The New Pakistani Middle Class, written by a lovely young lady, Amara Maqsood, who actually I don't know too much about it. Joseph Stiglitz. He is known for his work on wealth inequality. He's got a bunch of TED Talks. He's one of those really amazing people. He's written also Globalization and His Discontents. I read a bit of this as an ebook online. And yeah, The Great Divide, Unequal Societies and What We Can Do About Them. His work is kind of instrumental, along with Thomas Piketty. They also have Thomas Piketty actually. They must. I saw it here somewhere. Huh. Must be around here somewhere. Check this out. How to Change the World Without Taking Power. Brief History of Capitalism. All this stuff is really interesting. And you know, a lot of people have a misconception that you need to be a political science student to enjoy all of these works. But these works, they have relevance for everyone. Seen that one around. So here I think they just have a bunch of stationery supplies. So I'm going to head on up now and see what I can find there. This is all like children's books and YA fiction, which of course is not very relevant to me.